With the way that the price of Bitcoin is currently sitting at $16,860, we could be looking at, honestly, a really significant break to the upside. The market looks very positive right now. There are a few things, a few little catalysts that could happen throughout the course of today, like the FOMC meeting. If there is good news that comes from that meeting, this thing's going to run, and it's going to run quick. The entire market could potentially be about to change, as Ethereum and Bitcoin have now broken major downtrends. The first major downtrend I want to point out to you is this one right here. You see this purple line heading to the downside? Well, look where Bitcoin's price is. It has now broken to the outside of it. I also want to point out these volume candles that we can see at the side right now. Look at this. You've got a large level of volume right here, and then you've got decreasing volume and interest. So Bitcoin looks quite likely that it's going to actually hoover up this gap all the way to my target level of about $18,500, which would be somewhere around this level right here. It looks quite likely that at some point soon, Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart here is going to bounce. However, let's look at it on a short-term time frame and assess kind of what are we looking at, because of course the price of Bitcoin rose up quite significantly last night from approximately $16,600 all the way down here to about $16,860 where we sit right now. That also translates into the price of Ethereum that we're going to get onto in just a second, which is up 3% today. And my current open trades that I've got on the price of Ethereum is now nearly $4,000 in profit. That was a trade that we took yesterday, $110,000 long position from this level down here, right at the very bottom. So we placed that perfectly, and I'm very pleased with that. I'm a big smiley boy today. Now, when it comes back to the price of Bitcoin, of course, what are we looking at right here? What does all of these lines and things on the screen mean? Well, we can't really read much off the VWAP right now. We came up, we tapped the underside of the middle line here on the VWAP, but we're currently trading within this VWAP range right here. There's nothing really that we can read into it. But as I pointed out in yesterday's video, when we go into the green here on the VWAP, you buy, and then when we hit the red, you sell. And that's literally how you make money from trading the VWAP. At the same time, we can see on the 5-minute chart here on Bitcoin, we have a huge gap of basically volume all the way down to approximately $16,779 or $80, whatever you want to call it. So if you're not in a long position right now and you were looking to enter a long position, I would be looking to enter my long position around $16,790, because that would be a come down, a retest, a confirmation bounce off of the outside of a previous support level. At the same time, it coincides with this gap in liquidity right here that could potentially suck the price of Bitcoin to the downside. But looking at it on a slightly higher time frame, the 15 minutes. The 15 minutes is where I get really, really interested all of a sudden in the price and how the price of Bitcoin is currently performing. Because if we reduce the scale on here, I'm kind of hoping that some more volume bars are going to load. I don't think they're actually going to. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Let's switch over to a different chart right here, and they will load on this chart right here. So if you drop down now to the 1-hour chart on Bitcoin's price, and the volume bars load at the side, what I wanted to show you essentially is, look, when Bitcoin breaks through this level of resistance that we're currently tussling with at $16,900, the volume decreases very significantly all the way up to this line up here, about $18,500. So what I wanted to show you is that gap right there, because we can see that gap when you go over to the 4-hour chart again, and you look at the price of Bitcoin, and you go, okay, well, that is this gap right here. And then the next major level of liquidity is sitting approximately at about $19,000, meaning that Bitcoin doesn't have a whole lot of resistance all the way up to $19,000 right now, which is why I am positioning myself in a Bitcoin long position and in an Ethereum long position, because if the price of Bitcoin is going to run, the price of Ethereum is likely going to run more. I'm just going to leave my positions that I've got open right now. I'm $270,000 long on Bitcoin, and I'm $190,000 long, I think, on Ethereum. I've got $110,000 long position. I've also got this one open on BitGet, this one right here. You can see BitGet Up Exchange at the top of the screen right here. And BitGet currently, we've done a funding rate fee of $167, but we're currently now $1,400 in profit. And that trade is for $35,000. And we took it a very long time ago now, I guess, or what feels like a long time ago. It's not actually a long time. If we drop down to the 15-minute chart, you can see that basically we took the trade at these levels, and since then the price has pumped. This theory was based around the exact same theory that I'm explaining right here. When it comes to these volume candles, you've got to watch them, because Bitcoin is like Henry Hoover. It sucks through these layers of liquidity. Now, the other things that I wanted to bring up in today's video would be, of course, that the Euro USD faces a choppy day with the FOMC meeting minutes in focus. Later today, I think it's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm going to confirm that in a video that I will post later today. But essentially, the FOMC meeting minutes are going to come out today. Those meeting minutes, if they are bullish, then the price will go up, and if they are bearish, the price will go down. But I'm going to give you more information about that on a separate video, so make sure you have liked today's video and you are subscribed to the channel with channel notifications turned on, because these videos are quite time sensitive and they're very much time relevant. So you need to watch these videos the second that they come out, so make sure you've got channel notifications turned on and you have slapped like on today's video so that I show up in your algorithm, and at the same time, it's amazing for my channel. We're trying to reach 100,000 subscribers on the TMG Trades YouTube channel this year, so let's get it done and subscribe. Now, back to the charts right now. We also have other trades open. The other trade that I've got open is currently on Polkadot from $4.50. You'll have seen that, me opening this trade in the previous video. And I also pointed out that on Polkadot, look, we have huge gaps in liquidity, and we're currently tussling with this level of liquidity right now. $4.70. After $4.70, there is a huge gap of nothing all the way up to basically where this purple line is sitting over here. But I mean, that's $5 essentially. I'm expecting a rise up to $5 in the price of Polkadot. Now, a new position that I'm actually going to announce in the TMG trading group very, very shortly, maybe during the process of posting this video, in fact, probably after, to be honest, because I'm really short on time today. But the next trade I'm going to take is on Matic. The reason I'm going to take a trade on Matic, and I'm going to take that trade on BYBIT, but essentially the reason I'm going to take this trade on Matic right here is what you can see on Matic is that we have basically after this level a massive gap. And when I say massive gap, let's just measure the size of this gap from where we are right now in terms of price. It's about 10%. If I just zoom in on that level there you can see it's about a 10% price gap between these levels right here. And all we need to do to confirm that breakout is basically break above 81.5 cents. Now, the current price of Matic is 80 cents. I've opened a provisional long position on Matic at 80 cents. I aim to add to that in the expectation that Matic rises up to approximately 90 cents within the course of the next couple of days, based off the VWAP theory and based off of the volume profile theory. Now, let me show you the VWAP on Matic and also why I feel rather bullish about what is going on with Matic right now. Now, we know for a fact about this VWAP theory that when we touch the downside, it bounces to the upside. So you go into the green bit and then it pumps, goes into the green bit, it pumps, goes into the green bit, it pumps. And I want to show you this on a slightly higher time frame, essentially where we've gone into the green bit and pumped again. But it's quite likely that as this price settles around these levels, these green bits rise upwards, like they have done here. You see where the green bit just suddenly zoops back upwards and then it drops to the downside. So we're looking really for an entry on Matic somewhere around 79 to 80 cents. That's why I say I'm opening up a provisional long position, not my full long position right now. I'm starting to build a position. So I'm looking to build a position between 79 and 80 cents in a long position on Matic right now, and I'm going to keep you up to date on that on the channel. So again, make sure you've snapped a like on today's video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. One more thing that I want to point out, of course, would be Ethereum, how that's performing with the volume profile and with VWAP. Essentially on Ethereum, we have the exact scenario that I described in yesterday's video, where we have now come up and we've hit this red line right here. Don't believe me, literally just click on yesterday's video, watch it, you'll see me explain exactly this theory, and it's playing out perfectly. I love these little volume candles, they're great, aren't they? They make the market so much easier to predict. All these people pretending to be a genius on the internet, and they're just reading indicators. Anyway, I mean, you can be good and bad at trading, it is that, but essentially these are a massive help when it comes to spotting the liquidity in the order books. Now, Ethereum has a massive declining in volume after we break through $1,270. That would be the official level that we need to break, is $1,270. Currently $1,250, so that's nice, but $1,270 is the level of which we need to break. And at the point where we break through $1,270, really the next major price target after that level will be a price jump all the way up to where the liquidity starts building back up again, which will be this section right here. So we'll be looking at approximately a 14% increase in the price of Ethereum, which seems really unrealistic given that we've been in the bear market for a while. But at the same time, because we've been in the bear market for a while, it also seems seems quite realistic. Now, that would take the price of Ethereum all the way up to $1,400 from being at $1,250. So that'd be about a $200 price increase from where we are currently. And I, of course, I'm gig along on Ethereum right now. I'd make a lot of money from that if that trade did play out. Now, it's also important to point out the downside and where these trades will fail. So let's discuss the downside right now, because there are certain levels which you will go, look, once this level has been passed, we don't want to continue trading this asset anymore, and we need to reassess our theory because we were wrong. So how do we spot that on the price of Ethereum right now? Well, let's zoom in on the Ethereum chart. And kind of get a perspective, first of all, on the 4 hour about how we're performing, which would be essentially, we hit, again, these things, they're magical, these VWAP. As soon as it hits the downside, bam, straight to the upside. It's amazing. I love this indicator. Now, by the way, if you are interested in getting the VWAP and the volume profile yourself, all you need to do is go in the description of today's video and click the link for TradingView at the top, and then just sign up to TradingView Premium, and you too will be able to get the VWAP yourself. So you can see right here where the VWAP indicator is saying buy. It was also saying provisional sell here as well, which is quite interesting. But again, it's a free indicator. All you need to do to get the indicator is purchase TradingView Premium, which is a pain because it is expensive, but at the same time, so far, I've made $4 in 24 hours from just using TradingView. I mean, I've been using TradingView Premium now for a while, but at the same time, like over Christmas, learning all the indicators and everything like that, and then applying this theory. I have historically just stuck to fundamental analysis and kind of more basic technical analysis, because for me in the past, it has done very, very well, but it became much more difficult to predict kind of short-term moves using these methods, because too many people are using these methods and then everyone's getting sheeped around. So you need to come up with new methods and new theories and everything like this in order to continue beating the market, essentially. So that's what we're doing here on the channel right now. When it comes to the price of Ethereum, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at, in terms of for a theory failure, there are a few levels of which you could say, okay, a theory failure below this support level right here, which is sitting at 1,240. But I don't really agree with that, $1,248. I don't really agree with that theory failure. I would say that, look, Ethereum realistically can drop back in to this range right here of low liquidity, meaning that essentially Ethereum can really drop probably as low as this level right here, as low as $1,230, and remain bullish. When looking for a position entry on Ethereum, I'm already in my position because I took my position out all the way down here. But for you guys that maybe not are already in a position, where should you be looking to enter if you were looking to enter a long position right now? Well, I would be looking between the $1,230 and $1,245 level. I'd try to get somewhere as low into this range as possible, but at the same time, I don't know when it's going to pump. And I do know that the FOMC meeting minutes, if they are bearish this afternoon, again, get out. Make sure you're not over leveraged, by the way, because when it comes up to the FOMC meeting, the price starts doing this, and sometimes you can just get wiped out if you've got too much leverage on. So don't be trading with a lot of leverage. Instead, make sure you make money. 1% a day. What actually, I can show you my phone screensaver right now. Let me just get rid of some of these messages that I've got on it, and then I'll be able to show you my phone screensaver right now. My phone screensaver right now is this. It shows you the power of tiny little gains. So every day, I look at this. It's the first thing that I see in the morning. The power of tiny gains is massive. Like the idea of making 1% a day on top of an account is huge across the course of a year. It doesn't matter what size of your account you have initially, across the course of the year, you'll make a lot of money by the end of it. That's the way that compound interest works. Now, I also wanted to point out, again, we have the downside levels of failure on Ethereum will be somewhere around $1,230. We start trading back below this level, then we'll definitely drop back into this big range of liquidity right here. But really, we're looking for trades to the upside right now on Ethereum, being that when we look at the chart on Ethereum right now, and we zoom out just a tad, really, we're looking to break through this high liquidity range right here at 1,270, and then it all drops off very significantly between those levels. And also bear in mind that this is lower liquidity than the slightly lower levels before. We could possibly pennant outwards a little bit, but it would only be more so be a bull pennant, providing an opportunity for a slightly lower entry and then bounce to the upside. So from my perspective right now, the entire cryptocurrency market is very, very bullish. I'm very excited for the rest of the week. I think things are going to go very, very well. I'm just going to check that we don't have anything else left to discuss. Basically, yep, we've got the trades open here on BitGet, which you can see up here. This is my current open trade that is $1,400 in profit. And then, of course, we've got my Ethereum trade open open on, you can see here, you can see basically from the past, you can see, look, I took a big old loss on Bitcoin right here. And that was during my dollar cost averaging of that position. Admittedly, I entered it too high, so I had to do some dollar cost averaging to make sure that that position didn't go wrong. But from clever position management, we're only $797 in a current loss on that position. We've got $3,800 on the table. It's also important to point out that, look, you don't win everything. It's important to be transparent. A lot of people tell you in cryptocurrency, look, I win every trade. No, I don't. I make mistakes like crazy. The point is I try and mitigate the size of my mistakes in order to then, basically, as long as you make more than what you lose, you're in a profit and you're doing well. And that's what we focus on here on the channel. And currently, we're not doing that because the loss it was a bad trade. It was a really bad trade. But at the same time, this is why we're reinvesting in knowledge, reinvesting in education, and we're going to level up this year and try and get back to that $100 million level. That'd be amazing. Anyway, on that note, guys, thank you all very much for subscribing to the channel. If you want like any specific videos about anything, any topic at all, leave it in the comment section below. Comment your thoughts on today's video, slap a like on it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Nice.